Addy was chilling alone at a cafe, enjoying his coffee. Just then, Mrs. Diana from his building passed by.
Looks like Mrs. Diana is in a big hurry. She didn't even notice me.
10 minutes later, Mrs. Diana rushes back into the cafe, totally panicked.
Mrs. Diana, you look so worried.
Audie, there's a thief in my house. I heard noises from inside. I got scared and ran here without even opening the door.
Addy and Mrs. Diana quickly go to her flat. The room is a mess. Things are scattered everywhere.
Everything has been robbed.
Mrs. Diana, you're lying. This is not a robbery, it's all staged.
Logical Army, what did Audie see that made him instantly realize she was lying? Observe, think, and drop your answer in the comments.
That's your black purse, right? When you walked past the cafe earlier, it was in your hand. But just now you said you didn't even go inside the house. So how did your purse end up under the chair inside? Mrs. Diana, you had opened the door, gone inside and faked the robbery scene.
The police are called. Mrs. Diana confesses she was trying to pull off an insurance fraud. Let's jump to the next riddle. One Sunday evening, in a busy cafe, every table was occupied. Everyone was busy in their coffees and conversations. But then, the cafe manager calls Detective Mehul and informs him that a customer's wallet and cell phone had been stolen. Detective Mehul arrives at the cafe.
I went to the restroom for 2 minutes, but when I came back, my cell phone and wallet were gone.
Mehul begins looking around the area of the victim's table. He spots 3 clues. At the time of the incident, these 2 people were near that table.
I didn't even move from my seat. I was staring at the wall in front of me.
I was right on my table working on my cell phone. I had no idea what happened.
But Mehul notices a few things. A coffee cup, an empty chair, and a tissue. Logical Army, by looking the clues, can you guess who is the thief? Think carefully and comment your answer. The victim was a man, so how come there's a lipstick mark on the tissue? That means Sneha was the thief. Her lipstick also matches the one on the tissue. Mehul catches her and finds the stolen items with her. Mystery solved. Let's move on to the next puzzle. It was 3 a.m. and deep inside a jungle camp, everyone were fast asleep. But suddenly, Ronnie wakes everyone up.
My diamond has been stolen from my bag.
And he immediately calls Detective Mehul.
Sir, please help. Someone did a robbery at the jungle camp.
Detective Mehul arrives quickly, flashlight in hand, and starts checking through all the tents.
All right, everyone tell me, where were you all when the robbery happened?
I was inside my tent, sleeping.
I was on a video call chatting with my family, and my camera was on the whole time.
I went into the jungle to watch some birds.
Logical Army, you've heard everyone's statements, but one thing is certain, someone is lying. But who?
Bird watching. At 3 in the morning. Even the bird sleeps at that hour. And you were bird watching.
Nancy's excuse was her biggest lie. There are no birds to watch in the jungle at that time at night. Mehul searches through Nancy's bag and there it is, the stolen diamond. Let's move on to the next riddle. It's New Year's Eve and every club in the city is packed. Except one club, this one still had a little space left. Because the club have 2 strict rules for entry. Rule 1, your outfit must be green or black. Rule 2, you must be under 30. The guard checks all 3 people at the entrance, but only one of them got allowed in. Can you look at all 3 and guess who it is? William is over 30, David's outfit is of different color. Only Robert followed both the rules, so he gets entry into the club. Let's move on to the next puzzle. In the parking basement of a city mall, an owner of a luxury car calls the security.
Someone dent a scratch on my car. It's a fresh scratch over the side door, and they didn't even leave a note.
The manager immediately calls Detective Mehul. There was a long white scratch mark on the side of the car.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Mehul looks around and spots 3 cars stationed nearby in the parking lot. Mehul figures out who did it. But can you guess it, Logical Army? The scratch is on the black car, but then how did white broken pieces were lying on the ground? That means the car that hit it was probably white. Mehul checks the nearby white car and finds that it also had a scratch on its side. Give it a like for Mehul's smart thinking. He analyzed the case just only with his sharp observation skills. Case closed. Let's jump into the next puzzle. One night at the city bank takes place a big robbery. Millions of money goes missing. Detective Mehul quickly arrives at the scene and starts checking the CCTV footage. 2 people were seen wandering near the bank that night. Mehul questions both the suspects. John says,
I just went out to buy some stuff that night, but suddenly felt dizzy, so I just sat there. I didn't saw anything.
Kelvin says,
I was heading home from the office, but my bike broke down. I stopped near the bank that time, but left soon after.
Mehul decides to visit both of their houses and observes everything carefully.
That's it. I found the clue.
Logical Army, Mehul found the clue, but did you find it too? Both homes has the same paintings, one upright and another upside down.
Kelvin, after hiding the stolen money behind the painting, you didn't even bother to turn it the right way.
Mehul pulls out the hidden cash from the vault behind the upside down painting. Kelvin gets caught red-handed. Case solved. Let's move on to the next mystery. In an underground parking lot of a city mall, robbery takes place. A customer's brand new red car goes missing. The security guard goes to check the CCTV. The footage is blurry, but a red car can be seen exiting through the gate. The mall manager quickly calls in Detective Mehul.
I was inside the mall for just 15 minutes. I had parked and locked my car at Block A3. But when I came back, it was gone.
He notices a broken keychain lying on the ground, and some fresh tire marks.
I had no idea where the red car was. I was just parking another car here.
I was looking for my car and it was parked at Block A5. Why would I go near A3?
I was unloading my truck. I didn't even go near any other car.
Mehul instantly figures out who committed the theft. Can you, Logical Army?
This keychain, it matches the design of your broken keychain, and if your car was at Block A5, why did your keychain fell at A3?
Turns out, Ronnie mistook someone else's red car for her own. She unlocked it and drove off. Later, when she realized her car, she abandoned it behind the mall. But now, she got stuck in a theft case. The red car gets found near the mall's back gate, after Ronnie confesses everything. Let's move on to the next mystery. Adi was sullying around with his friend Raman.
Adi, I have heard you are really smart.
That's no surprise. Yes, of course I am smart.
Alright then, answer this question.
In our locality, Monty Uncle has a fruit shop. He gave Sohan a supply order of 100 kilograms of mangoes, since Sohan owns a mango farm. That farm is spread across 1 kilometer area, having 1,000 trees. Each tree has 10 branches, and each branch has 30 mangoes. Now tell, when Monty Uncle goes to collect 800 kilograms of mangoes, how many oranges will Sohan count and give him? Think carefully, Logical Army, what's your answer? Answer is 0. Because the order was for mangoes, why would Sohan count and give oranges? Let's move on to the next riddle. Alia went on a winter holiday to Shimla, where heavy snowfall is covering the town. At Sunday afternoon, she enjoys the snow.
Wow, it's snowing! What a happy and amazing holidays!
But suddenly, she spots a dead body buried inside the snow. The dead body is of Mr. Andrew, a neighbor. Alia begins to investigate and questions everyone.
Where were you and what were you doing?
Gardener says,
I was outside, clearing snow from the flowers. I didn't see anything.
Cook says,
I was in the kitchen, making breakfast for everyone.
Alice says,
I was in the hall, reading my book and waiting for breakfast.
Maid says,
I was cleaning all the rooms. I didn't see anything.
Annie says,
I was in my room watching TV. I don't know anything.
Alia carefully listens to their statements and immediately figures out there were 2 killers involved. Did you figure it out, Detective Army? After listening the statements of everyone, Alia understood the killers were the cook and Alice. It was already afternoon, so why was the cook making breakfast and why was Alice waiting for it? Alia arrests them in charges of murder. Let's move on the next puzzle. Yash is called to help a shop where a mischievous ghost is troubling the customers.
Yes, the ghost hunter never lets the ghost escape.
Yash parks his bike and steps into the bustling shop.
There are so many customers here, so where could the ghost be hiding?
Detective Army, can you look around the shop and figure out where the ghost is hiding? Look carefully and comment quickly. Yash begins examining the shop carefully. He notices that all the customers are holding various items. Suddenly, his focus shifts to a girl standing near a mirror, and her reflection in the mirror resembles a man.
Oh, so the ghost is inside the mirror.
In a blink of time, Yash pulls out his ghost hunter gun and aims at the mirror and captures the ghost. Let's move on to the next riddle. Mehul arrives at a crime scene along with a police officer. The police officer finds a phone near the dead body, which has a saved audio recording in it. Mehul plays the recording.
I don't want to live anymore.
It's confirmed now. This is a suicide.
No, this is a murder.
Detective Army, can you figure out whether this is a murder or a suicide? Mehul understands that it's a murder because the audio recording had a clear sound of gunshot. Also, if the victim died, who saved the recording on the phone? This proves it's a murder. Mehul starts tracing down the killer. He calls upon the security guard.
Who visited this house since this morning?
5 people had come to meet him today.
Mehul calls all of them and questions them.
What were you all doing here?
I just came to ask him to lower the music volume. I don't know anything else.
Sir, I came to collect the trash. I don't know anything.
Sir, I had came to deliver the newspaper. I just delivered the milk and left. I didn't do anything.
I came to take lift maintenance. I didn't do anything.
Mehul listens to everyone and carefully observes the victim's house. Eventually, he realizes who the killer is. Can you guess it, Detective Army? Mehul looks at the table. He sees milk, a newspaper, and a sweet dish. Next to it, there is a dustbin that is still completely full. This means the garbage collector was lying. He didn't come to take the garbage, he came to commit the murder. Mehul arrests him immediately. Let's move on to the next riddle. On a huge ship, the Queen's diamond ring suddenly goes missing. Captain calls Detective Mehul for help. Mehul arrives and asks the captain,
When was the ring stolen, and do you suspect anyone?
Yes.
Mehul gathers 3 people for interrogation.
What were you all doing outside the Queen's room?
Cleaner says,
I was cleaning the gallery outside. I didn't see anything.
Electrician says,
I was fixing the circuits in another room. I don't know anything.
Catering staff says,
I had brought food for the Queen, but the door was locked, so I waited outside.
Mehul checks the CCTV footage and immediately identifies the thief. Can you figure out who is the thief? Mehul checks the CCTV footage and immediately identifies the thief. The catering staff is lying. The footage showed that the catering staff had no food tray, and the Queen's door was slightly open, not locked as he claimed. Look carefully, door isn't locked. Mehul catches the thief. Let's move on to the next riddle. Aaliyah goes to a park for a morning walk. After walking for a while, she notices something suspicious in the park. Detective Army, can you spot what Aaliyah finds suspicious by observing the park carefully? Look at every corner carefully and leave your answer in the comments. When Aaliyah looked around, everyone seems to be normal. But the man sitting on the bench reading a newspaper held his newspaper upside down. How can someone read a newspaper upside down? That means this man was keeping an eye out for someone. Aaliyah goes towards that man and starts questioning him.
Who are you? What are you watching here?
As Aaliyah talks with him, one of the 2 boys standing nearby quickly bolts out of the park. The man then replies to Aaliyah, I'm a policeman, and that guy was a drug dealer. Now you need to catch him. Is the man telling the truth? Detective Army, think carefully. Look at his shoes, they are police shoes, seemingly he's telling the truth. Aaliyah immediately starts chasing the boy who ran out. While running, Aaliyah reaches at an entrance of a society complex where she finds 4 people. Aaliyah suspects that one of them might be the drug dealer who must have changed his appearance. She starts to question all of them.
What are you all doing here?
Food delivery boy.
I was here to deliver pizza and was about to leave.
Carpenter.
I'm working on the building here, and was just about to have lunch.
Gardener.
I work as the gardener here. I was taking care of the garden.
Electrical shop boy.
I work at the hardware shop. I came here to deliver some supplies. Some wires were withered.
Aaliyah listens carefully to all their answers and observes everything around her. Then, she figures out who is lying. Can you figure it out too, Detective Army? The food delivery guy claimed that he came to deliver pizza, but the box in his hand looked like a bottle-shaped, not a pizza box. What kind of pizza comes in a bottle-shaped box? Aaliyah checks the box and finds it empty. She catches him right away. In the meantime, the policeman also arrives at the scene. Together, they arrest him and take him to the prison.